So you want to see a day in my life, eh? Or you don't, but presumably you do because you clicked on the thumbnail and the title. So let's get to it. A video like this usually doesn't start now at about 9 p.m. the night before. It actually starts days before, weeks before. I watch the weather constantly and I think of ideas constantly. So I'm always pre-planning ahead about a video I'm going to do on a certain day or a day I'm going to ski depending on the weather. Before I get prepped to show you a day in my life as a ski content creator, I just want to say thank you. Thanks to all of you who watched all this season long. It was amazing. You guys are the reason that I can have the best job in the world, ski all the time, and continue to make fun videos. So thank you. I still can't quite believe that I was able to do this for a whole winter and call it my job. It's really a dream come true. So typically on any given evening in my little office here, I'll be doing work till about 9 p.m. or so before the next ski day. I'll be doing anything, from editing videos to organizing videos to transferring files to reformatting 360 footage. And once my work is done for the night, then I get prepped for the ski day. So we got to get prepped for tomorrow. The first thing I always got to do is make sure all of my cameras are charged. So I'm always running a GoPro, my iPhone, and the 360 cam. So I got to make sure all my cameras are plugged in and charging. Last thing you want is a dead battery when you show up to film for a ski day. That's no good. Once everything's charging, then I get my ski gear prepped. It's pretty simple. I just go in the closet here and grab the gear I need for the day. So I'm gonna be wearing a jacket. We're doing a day in the life here, not a weekend in the life, so we're just doing my day stuff. Pants. I know I'm gonna need my boots. Everything else, gloves. There's 2 bags that I'll bring. If I'm just doing a day trip, I'll often just chuck everything in my BCA bag just because I'm going single day. If I'm doing a multi-day trip, so a weekend trip, I'll put everything into the weekend bags and carrying clothes as well. But tomorrow's a day in the life, not a weekend in the life, so that's all we need. Got all my gear prepped here. I like to just make sure I've got everything, so I go through it. Got my chest mount, gloves, helmet, my goggles. I like putting everything just into one backpack so it's easy to walk out of the house. Grab this in the morning, and that's it. But now it's time to prep my lunch for tomorrow and my breakfast, because typically I'm getting up at the ass crack of dawn, so I got to make sure everything is ready for when I wake up so I can just leave. I'm not a guy who takes time in the morning. I'm like a 1 minute in the morning, grab all my stuff, sip a coffee, and out the door. So let's get the daily food preparation going. This is the water that just came from my sink. Looks kind of scuzzy, but that's okay. We're gonna pour it in. You might be thinking there's a lot of coffee for one guy, but don't worry. I share it with Laura, so when she wakes up, she's got some coffee, and we probably drink a little bit too much caffeine. So we get that prepped. I set a time. This old trash coffee machine, it's pretty awesome, honestly. It works like clockwork, 9:42 p.m. We are going to delay the brew and get it set for maybe, let's say, 5:30 in the morning. We'll see where we get up, maybe 6:30. I'm not sure. I mean, the mountain's actually opening later now, so could make it even later than that. So we'll do the delayed brew. That's ready to go. Next step is for the gourmet breakfast here. Pretty simple. Big scoop of protein powder. I chuck that into a cup. Some oats. Nice scoop of oats. I'm gonna put a little more in there. It's always important to make a breakfast that you can drink, because when you're driving the sea to sky, pour a bit of water in there. That's hot water. I shouldn't have done that. That's probably way too much water. I'm not gonna lie, Laura usually makes this for me. She's quite sweet. And I don't think I'm doing it right because she's laughing behind the camera here. But it's very liquidy. And the advantage, like I was saying early, I hope that lid's on. That would be a show for you. The advantage of it being really watery is while I'm driving, as you can imagine, I can just sip it without spooning it. So that's handy. So there's breakfast, and then of course we have to prep lunch on pretty much every trip, every ski day this year, and it's just a good old PBJ. And then I like to throw a couple granola bars as well with me. couple in the jacket. 4 is probably overkill, but you never know. You might be going hard. If any of you don't know the proper way to make a PBJ, I'm gonna show you. There's a very specific art to the PBJ, and that is a lot of pee. See this much? That's maybe too much PB. That's what, like 8 tablespoons, half a jar. You wanna hit both sides, because the PB is your protein source for the day. It's your protein source, it's the fuel. You wanna hit that. Always lick the knife. Calories don't count when you lick them off a knife. Pretty sure. Now, if you share jam with anyone else, don't be licking knives and putting it back in the jam, but Laura doesn't like this full sugar jam, so she's all mine. So I can lick away, essentially, and no one has to be grossed out except the guests that come over and don't know that I've tongued the jam. Well, guess no one's coming over for tea and biscuits because I do that all the time. Put the jam on, so both sides, you want PB and jam on both sides, because in your pocket when it's getting all smushed up on the mountain, it could dry out. Last thing you want is a dried out PBJ when you're on the mountain. It's a day ruiner until he licks. Yeah. You go back in for one more.
Please don't.
One more party lick. Just like that. Jam goes in the sink. All my dishes, I leave them in the sink. Wife takes care of it.
Oh my God.
I'm actually kidding. I'm kidding. Tell him I'm kidding, Laura.
No, you're kidding. It's your job.
I like to use tinfoil over saran wrap because I have sausage fingers and saran wrap pisses me off. That's the only rationale behind it. And I find it wraps up nice and tight, the tinfoil. All prepped. We're ready to go. Next step, a little nighttime snack, and we'll see you in the AM. You know, we'll go to bed and get pretty stoked about tomorrow. But that's kind of the night and how we prep for the day. Nighty night. Good morning. The alarm just went off, and usually what I do is I'll lay here for another 10-15 with my eyes shut and kind of plan out some of the shots I'm going to take for the day. I'm actually just snoozing. Okay, let's actually get going here. Put my pants on. I always carry my coffee and my water in my ski boots, so it's one less thing to carry. It's a little bit overkill, but in the city, people break into everything and steal everything. Oh, look at this. Here we go. Here we go. Here it is. Look at the quiver in here. Sick. All my gear's on the wall right here. And my truck's in this corner, so I gotta pull my truck out because I can't actually barely fit my body in the car to get any gear in. I have annoying tasks in the morning. Like, these tasks are annoying, a bunch of keys. Like, I hate apartments, moving around, all this stuff, but you know, by the time I get all this in, it's been like a half hour of moving things. In and out, in and out, in and out, pulling the truck out. So like, ideally on a big pow day, trust me, the truck is packed the night before. Look at this, I can barely squeeze. Really can squeeze past this to get into the vehicle. Barely can fit in here. Oh, we transferred into summer mode, as you can see, which is sweet. Now, I'm probably only gonna use the 104s, but I bring both just in case, for whatever reason, I end up backcountry skiing. Truck is packed, and I can have my first sip of coffee, which always feels great. One sec, I'll have a sip of coffee. Well, I'm still in the parking garage here. I can't even help myself. Let's go, coffee, open up. Now, from Vancouver to Whistler, it takes me usually about an hour and 40 minutes, an hour and 30 minutes. My radio recently has actually died. Something's wrong with the electrical in my truck as well now. Fantastic. So I've actually just been listening to music on my iPhone while I drive. And I should probably just put a portable speaker in the car for the meantime as well. Thank God we don't have any more huge road trips on the agenda yet. But we got to hit the road and try and get through the city traffic because I'm not up exceptionally early today. When it comes to my coffee mug, I'm like an old man. And I put it through the dishwasher because I don't wash it that often. But whenever you wash your like mug, your thermos in the dishwasher, it tastes like dishwasher fluid and not like just pure mint black coffee for pure mint black Timmy's coffee for a while. Oh, that's fallen on the mount there. It's hard to keep these mounts all dialed in. So fresh coffee mug with my Timmy's in it that I make at home doesn't taste as good as when the mug is old. The older your coffee mug has been without being washed, the better it tastes. It says the way I see it. I can't believe it's so late in the ski season. Can't believe it's almost summer. Feels like it was just yesterday. I was driving over this bridge, getting stoked to go to Cypress Mountain on the first snowfall of the year on October 27th or 23rd or something like that. It was early. It was an early snipe ski. Absolute standstill. Of course, in regular season, I would be over this bridge, the Lions Gate, in a few minutes because it'd probably be 5:30 in the morning, 6 in the morning. But right now it's 7:30 in the morning. Since it's springtime, you don't have to rush to the mountain to ski the ice in the morning. You kind of want to hit it as it's getting that warm up. You kind of want to get that ice that's just starting to warm up, so it's got that nice grabbiness before it becomes like way too soft. So we're not in a rush. But is this annoying. Never again. Unfortunately, if you do make the decision to live in Vancouver or almost anywhere in the Lower Mainland, you're going to be battling with traffic 99% of the time, wherever you go. Getting a little hungry, so I think it's time for breakfast. I always drink my breakfast at some point on the highway whenever I'm feeling it. Sometimes it's right before Whistler, sometimes it's before Squamish. In this case, it's before Squamish. A hungry boy today. Just grab it with your fist like a chalice of beer and it's always so nice, man. Protein powder, oatmeal, blueberries. Always hits. $1.99. At least it's under $2, but we gotta stop in for the worst part of the day. Filling gas. As you already know, gas is my arch nemesis, truck gas, and we're gonna fill up, and usually when I fill up, I pop into the bathroom, so I don't think I have to take you there with me. Unless you wanna come. Nah, I'm not taking you to the bathroom with me. Good Lord. $199.9. Good Lord. With gas that expensive, I quite literally make less on every video I make in ad revenue than I do in the gas spent to make it. So that's a consideration, isn't it? Had to trade my firstborn for that gasoline. We always got to pull the skis out before I park, because if I don't, then it'll be hard to get them. I'm not gonna lie, it's still ridiculous to me, and I still can't quite get over the fact that I've been able to do this all year long, just make ski videos. And yeah, part of my day is editing, part of my day is filming, holding a camera a lot of the time. But now it's time for the best part of the day, which is just me skiing with some cameras on my body and having the best time possible with the conditions that we've been given. Like, what a life. It's crazy. To some people, putting on ski boots is the worst part of the day. To me, it's the best part of the day. It means I'm just about to have a whole lot of fun. Double check my pockets for the cameras. Make sure I bring along a bottle of liquid courage. Chuck it in there. Make sure I've got my my gourmet lunch in my pocket. Put these, you know, one thing in one pocket, one thing in the other. Try and keep the weight fairly even.
Good morning.
So, most of the time, believe it or not, well, probably believe it, I actually don't decide on kind of a theme for the day or the runs I'm doing until I see the mountain, I see the snow, because the snow forecast, you never really know. So I take a look at the mountain, usually as I'm going up red if I'm in a rush, and then I decide how I want to attack it. And the first thing that caught my eye today is the snow snake coming down the peak chair. It's hilarious. Look at this. Huge snow snake. All the way down. We definitely need a couple groomer turns in to get the day started. I haven't been on the 104 as much at all this year. I've been ripping the 99s, the 108s, the 114s, the Unleashed. The 104 is stiff, long, and super fun, so I'm excited to be on it today. Once things soften up a bit, it's one of my favorite spring skis, all-around skis ever. So we're gonna ski Olympic run, do some more groomage. Man, this is beautiful. The drill when I'm on the mountain is I basically just put the camera on and off my head and click the button all day while I'm filming. And it's pretty easy. There's not really a whole lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes on. Sometimes I put it on the stick if I feel like it, if I think it'll look cool, but on the head, that's the easiest and the most fun for me. And I gotta optimize for fun for me. Couldn't stay out of the Alpine for long, but look at this. Just look at this. Thank you to the geniuses who started this, probably snowboarders. That snow snake is hilarious coming down shell. It's probably super crispy right now, but it looks fun. When I'm on the mountain and I'm skiing, I constantly got to be thinking about like a bit of flow, like when do I have to turn on the camera and say something amusing or not so amusing, or what runs should I film? Because you don't want to film, I don't want to film every single run that I do all day, or that creates more work on the back end for me. You know, I kind of want to just film the stuff that you guys are going to enjoy. That could not be worse. Ha! But it's beautiful. Almost unturnable. I think it's pretty safe to say that the off-piste is kind of no-go until it warms up. It is so crispy. Kind of half decent. So grabby. Whoa. should have done a PBJ count this season. Must be at like 400.
Really? Yeah, multiple a day.
Two a day, 3 a day, who knows, you know?
Yeah.
Those are good. We'll take what we can get. I don't think I've skied Harmony Piste this year, but that was freaking awesome. I love this run. I love that. How can you spend a day on the Whistler side without doing at least one flute lap? Even though the snow isn't going to be amazing, the views from Flute, it's always worth a hike up. Just love seeing the bumps from this perspective. I'm seeing some clean pockets of snow for like short periods. Like if I drop off this cornice, I might have like 5 or 6 really good turns right there. But the north side is so much spicier. All right, let's go somewhere in this way. I think I'll get some fresh snow in there. Crispy, kind of sharky through there. Hopefully that's skiable.
Nice. Sweet. Fun line. Didn't hit that fast, but choppy snow, it was fun. Still cool for a late spring little line. So cruddy. Ha. I made the right line call though. Not a lot of good options through there. All just frozen debris. It's nearly impossible to commit to like a full frontside charge through that little choke there, because I don't know if the snow is going to be choppy when I take a big turn out of there. But it was pretty good. Those top 5 turns were actually pretty good. I could have kind of committed into that a bit harder, but we're dealing with sharks getting, you know, more opened up end of season, and avalanche chunks and frozen death cookies. So it's best to just play on the side of caution and have fun, but well worth it. Always worth the hike. Ski a little Flute North line. Now let's go find some slush. Let's go find some slush. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, go. You want to go first?
Sure.
Go. Video for you. Yeah, we just want that, you know.
This looks fun.
Right? The snow is good, right?
Yeah, it feels pretty good.
Okay.
We're gonna find out how sharp it is, eh?
Video for you.
Whoa. Tight little. Woo. Oh, I'm torqued. My quads. Snow snake, super fun, super icy, but we'll blast through it, and we'll do it again. I got to do it top to bottom, regardless of how much of my quads are burning. It's a bit of embarrassment I didn't get it top to bottom, honestly. So we'll have to do it again. No cheating like last time. No matter how painful it gets, I will get through the snake. 3, 2, one. Sheet ice. Oh, my quads. That's getting soft. Okay, well, this might be this is just down. Well, saw it here first, folks. The West Cirque Traverse isn't really a go. That's pretty bad. We are going to have to de-ski. That's how bad that is. That's a mediocre idea. Didn't need a genius to tell me that wouldn't be good. Oh, that's not a shortcut anymore. That is a long cut. That's bad. That's pretty much done. Now this looks kind of good right here. Nice. Woo! Now, this isn't going to be fun. That was one of my first early season peak laps. Nice 3-turner right there. Snow's giving me a headache. All the jumbling. The high alpine stuff's chalky and fun. West Cirque, that was a lot of fun once you get in. But everything below just did not get warm enough today. It's already 3. So I think we gotta go hunt for slush down a bit lower now. Well, I can tell you one thing, and I'm not talking about West Cirque. That little ski down there, that'll be the spiciest run of the day, hands down. Good Lord, that snow is tough. Cheers.
Look, I-35 with the top down, quick to tell a hater they should get like me. Seem like everybody wanna be the boss, but it costs and these lanes ain't
Just a
shit
delight,
like.
just delightful. I saw they were still loading when I got to the top of Red, and I was like, what the heck? Let's do one more. Nothing beats going just top to bottom in a nice, clean, long run. I'm not sure where the snow is going to be nice and dry and fun. West Cirque was really, really good, but everything like escaping West Cirque was a living hell. Like West Bowl, all of that wasn't really what I'd call pleasurable. So I think I might just do like a Peak to Creek ripper to finish the day off. I mean, I actually can't do Peak to Creek, but do like Peak to Creek, Highway 86, you know, connect it. I try and kill as much time as possible on the mountain and enjoy myself, because like the mountain's fun time, man. That's the best part of the work I do, is the skiing. You know, I'm a skier first and everything else second. I know some people are like filmmakers first or pros first, but I'm just a dude who likes skiing first, and you know, a YouTuber second. So I always optimize for the skiing. And I know once I get home, I'm gonna have to start editing and start doing the work part of this job. So just try and stay on the mountain as long as possible, right? We're working out here. We're working hard. That is McCrisp. Ha! Fuck! I can't stop. It's too crispy. It's just too crispy. Thought I could get away with the McChicken at the end of the day. Nope. It is still crispier than crisp. Still Flava Flav in here. What a killer day. Beautiful blue skies at Whistler. You really can't beat it. Conditions, yeah, they've been better, but like honestly, I'm still happy to just be out on skis, having a good time. For the drive, I've always got an apple, my leftover coffee, and that gets me back to Vancouver. That's all I need. Don't ever stop unless I need a Diet Coke. I do like my Diet Cokes every once in a while, you know? All in a day's work, ladies and gentlemen. In, out, and editing soon. But a few hours of driving in my truck without music, listening to music from my cell phone. That was a good apple. I'm a huge apple guy. Specifically ambrosia apples. I absolutely love ambrosia apples. I think it's the best apple in the world. Let me know in the comments if you like any other apples better than ambrosias. We just might not be good friends. Because I'm passionate about ambrosia apples. Just a great crispiness, great flavor, nice sweetness, you know? Can't be beat. Oh.
Hello, can I get you?
Hey, can I just get a medium iced coffee, please? Just black?
Medium iced coffee black?
Yep, that's it.
Thank you.
Thanks. Some days driving home, I just need that second coffee, and today feels like one of those days. Frick was that? I was just about to comment on how amusing the sea to sky is because of how gorgeous it is with the views, the mountains, the water. And then you see something like that, a flaming something on the highway with a guy hitting it off the highway with a stick. And looked like he had it all under control. I didn't stop because I thought it was a construction worker. but something must have set on fire in the back of his truck. He must have been carrying what would even set on fire? Never a dull moment on the sea to sky, Highway 99, baby. 10-minute delay. We'll go for it. Usually it's pretty good, actually, all things considered. Usually that says like 60, so that's a good sign. Oh man. So this is one of the best things that can happen on the Lionsgate. You hit a double green right when you arrive. The double green right when you arrive. If anyone has any intel on how these lights switch, at one point I thought it was just on like a time clock. At one point I thought there's a guy sitting in a room just flicking it. But they kind of suck, and the flow is usually pretty bad. But when you hit the double green, head home, oh man, best feeling in the world, really, other than 30 centimeters of fresh pow. Rolling through the finance district, waving hi to all the people in suit and ties. And another bridge. I just got to my underground parking garage and thought I'd let you know about 3 pet peeves in my life. The first is negative people. Second pet peeve is unloading the dishwasher. I like loading it, but hate unloading it for whatever reason. And my third one is taking my outdoors gear from the basement of my apartment upstairs and into the storage locker. There's something about the transfer, it's so annoying. I have to back my truck half into a parking spot, and the back end can be kind of funny if there's no ways to turn around. Takes a while, and then I've got to park it outside of my spot, pull all the gear out, put all the gear in, and then I'm going up the elevator and starting the rest of my content workday here. But I'll show you what I mean. Okay, time for the back end. Oh my gosh, I can't stop. Look at these guys. Let's just take a second to appreciate Laura's new skis. The new top sheet for the Enforcer, the girls one. That shit's sexy. I know the lighting in this locker is not doing any justice, but man, that's nicer than anything I've got in my own quiver right there. God, that's sexy. Then we got all the other skis in the corner, even some of the OGs, the Solomon Rockers hanging out back there, the iRallies hanging out back there. One of my biggest joys in life is doing one trip up an elevator with all the gear I have. 2 trips, never. Always one trip, even if I've got like hundreds of pounds of stuff. It's a satisfaction for me, the one tripper. Once I'm back in my office and I'm all hot, sweaty, and annoyed from coming up the elevator like that, down a couple layers, get my layers off, I hang my gear up, dry my boots, and then I right away before I shower, I start downloading or exporting, GoPro footage or any footage from my phone, and then we get into the reframing process. So let's get to work. Time for a shower. Now, here goes the most boring part of my day, reframing. So reframing usually takes me a few hours, and then I have to export everything. The export of these big files sometimes takes 12 hours, so I need to make sure before I go to bed that I reframe everything. So overnight I leave my computer on and it's all exported by the morning. Any other free time I have, I'll edit video, respond to comments, do anything like that. It's kind of the typical evening for me. I'll take a break to chill with Laura, have some dinner, and then kind of cut it off at 9:30, 10 to either just hang out, chill out, or just prep for the next day, whether I be skiing or editing the next morning.
3 hours later.
Well, there you have it. That's a day in the life. Really hope you enjoyed that. I just kind of wanted to feel like you were hanging out with me for the day. I know it was a long video. It was a raw video, not that edited. But I thought that would kind of, make you really feel like you're along with me for what I do every day. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to be editing, and I put in big editing shifts, like 12, 14 plus hours. Let me know in the comments if you like that, and we can kind of do more videos in this longer format, raw style. Easy for me to do, fun for me to do. Anyways, I'm going to hit the sack, and I'll see you later. Stay spicy, and sayonara.